Opayemi, please, I beg you in the name of God, I beg you in all the things you believe in, draw the line, take a break. I promise you, just take a break. Yemuli, or rather Yemuli's wife, I think you deserve this. You brought this on yourself and you deserve it, because what in God's name would you be doing with Opayemi? Like, this boy behaves like a fellow with Klinefelter syndrome. What in God's name would put you and Opayemi, a brand, a serious brand? Please, let's be serious. Let's be serious. And this bothers me. When things like this happen and you react, all of a sudden it feels like you are the enemy of the brand. People come with different posture, which is also very calm. I still feel like there's need for us to set posture in things like this, so people who are just coming up, looking up to us, can understand how these things really work. I thought we all agreed that Opayemi is a clown. Sequel to the recent saga between Opayemi and Yemuli's wife, yeah? I find it remotely disturbing that a Nigerian fragrance house can consult a food critic to review their fragrances to the degree of paying 6 million naira. Where do we draw the line? Wow, that's disturbing. Where do we really draw the line, my brothers? Where do we draw the line? I find it mind-bending that who a fragrance house can see credible enough to criticize their perfume, or rather review their work, is a food vendor, a food critic. That will never make sense to me. The thing is, I'm confused. I'd never believed a day like this will come where I'll be here sitting down mentioning Opayemi with respect to perfumes. I didn't see that day coming. Some time ago, really, I addressed this boy. I shared some postures with him. Coming online to realize that Yemuli's wife owns a fragrance house, which I think to an extent I'll give him some credit, because I'll never have known that a fragrance house like that existed in the first place if not for this rancor. We are talking about Opayemi. Like, it is Opayemi we're talking about here, for crying out loud. This guy has zero credibility, zero knowledge in perfumery, and to think that a Nigerian house can find this boy credible enough is wild. For me, it is one of three things. It's either the Jando perfume house altogether has zero knowledge about perfumery, terrible liquids branded as perfumes, or they are desperately looking to sell out their perfumes. Either of them is a problem, because how bad can your perfumes really be that you need a food critique to help you navigate sales? It's unfortunate we've already found ourselves in this predicament, especially here in Nigeria, where we push or encourage trash. If not, tell me why people like Opayemi, Portable, Akbinwa Mama, Bobrisky and the likes, tell me why you would know these people. There's no credible reason why you typically know any of these people if we're in a functional society. Having this degree of menace in the fragrance community is really, really draining. So it turns out that, Opayemi does a lot of things and I get to ignore them. This really got to me because I am pro Nigerian fragrance houses. I am really trying so hard to put my nose on as many Nigerian fragrance houses as possible to see how best to sell Nigerian perfumery to the world at a global level. But it feels like all that effort is just being truncated by houses being so desperate to push sales in the most devastating manner. How bad can it get? This is really, really draining. In summary, no credible house will affiliate with just anybody because they need to sell. That's not how it works. This especially to new fragrance houses who are looking to change the narrative, up their game, who are looking to do different, come correct. You need to be extremely deliberate of people you expose your brand to. This is very important. Opayemi has zero knowledge about perfumes. Opayemi, to the best of my knowledge, is a food vendor or critic instead, and I respect him there in that corner. But when it comes to perfumery, I can't hold any conversation with Opayemi. Opayemi doesn't know anything around perfumes. Opayemi doesn't even know what vanilla smells like. Let's start from there. That should get you thinking. This is the guy you will the integrity, the future of your brand to, because he traffics a lot of audience on TikTok, on Instagram. Yemuli's wife, please, I beg you in God's name, do better. I'm still going to reach out to the house to find my way around getting my nose on that fragrance and a couple other fragrances from the house. I really want to know how terrible fragrances from John Doe, is that they call it, works really, so I can understand, or I can see reasons with them as to why they really felt they needed Opayemi to do the magic for them. I reached out to them in their comment section of how to navigate their fragrance it, but I didn't get a response. Maybe because they know I'm a perfume reviewer and they wouldn't like to subject their perfume to my scrutiny. However, I'm going to reach out to a couple of persons in Lagos who should be able to help me get it on my behalf the way billed to me. I want to smell that perfume and I want to know how terrible John Doe perfume, is that how they call it? I want to just know what's happening there that needs Portable, Akbingwa Mama, Opayemi and the likes to help them navigate sales.